Alrighty. So you guys can unmute yourselves and like, let's just keep this super informal. And I want to get so much work done in the upcoming hour, but I really want to focus on whatever it is that you guys are feeling, you know, you need a little bit of extra love and support on. So, first of all, Mallory, Kim, Brandy, I see you guys. You guys have all done these live power hours before. This is nobody's first time or anything, I'm sure. Okay, awesome. So by the time I sit down to do my power hour, I am working with all the content that I've put out there from the past 24 hours. So by this point, like hands up if you have already posted a workout clip or something over the past 24 hours in your stories. Have you guys done that? Okay. Perfect.
I'm more on Facebook.
Okay. Oh, you're only on Facebook?
No, I am on Instagram, but I'm newer. I'm learning Instagram.
Got it. Okay, cool. That'll be fun tonight then. Everybody has in the past 24 hours posted some sort of like healthy meal. Okay.
I did one on Wednesday.
Okay, cool. Oh, there's Nicole popping on. Awesome. Product use. Anybody have, like, if you can see, I'm just like powering through this middle section right here on the tracker. I don't like to spend a ton of time on these while we're doing these live power hours because I feel like they are things that typically pop up as we go through the day. So I'm going to, anything that you guys, hey Nicole, anything that you guys want to chat about in particular today? Kim, like, did you want to focus more on Instagram, or are you?
Yeah, like for myself, I feel like my Facebook post, I'm starting to get the same people like, you know, liking and commenting that I've already, you know what I mean? Like did my trackers and reached out, followed up, and yes, some have, you know, joined, but now it's the same, you know what I mean? Like just the same people liking, the same people commenting. So I'm trying to shift and focus a little more on Instagram. It's just so hard.
Okay.
Because I'm very used to Instagram.
So let's do it like 100% together today. I will do my best to kind of like show you on my screen. Hi, Mackenzie. And we'll just get started and like plow through it. Okay. Questions for you. I was gonna have you guys
I think trying to get in.
Totally just chime in. Sorry, say that again.
I think there might be some other girls that are trying to get in. Somebody in my Olympics group said that the link isn't working.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, well, I'm in, so I don't know.
Did you follow the link that I just? Did you follow the link that I just posted?
Yeah, you can't follow the link. The link that Melanie put up earlier, like it didn't work because I tried that first.
I just like 15 minutes ago put a link up.
Go to the like DT Olympics sheet, the one that Stephanie just put up.
Yeah.
Because it's a different number, meeting number.
Oh, that's what she.
Oh, there, some people are popping on now. Okay, you know what? We'll hang then. While we're waiting though, can you guys let me know sort of when you look at your power hour, everybody has like the thing that they love to do and the part that they like dread doing or like less. Do you guys mind letting me know in the chat what part you look forward to doing and what part is like your ugh part to do? And there's no wrong answer. I just kind of want to know where we can focus first. Go ahead and drop it in the chat while we wait for more people. Kim says yuck on follow-ups. So not inviting, but more the follow-ups? Or inviting too, Kim?
I guess probably inviting too. I don't know, the initial invite, like, you know, I kind of use the generic thank you for the love of my post. You know, it's not easy putting myself out there like that, or you kind of on your own, you know, like that's kind of my generic that I pretty much use all the time. But it's then those follow-ups when they're like, tell me more, or yes, you know, or, you know, the big one for me is they say, what program are you doing? You post all this stuff. And of course, I never say Beachbody, you know, and then they just want to know, not you, you know, then you talk about the goals or what is it that you're looking to do. Sometimes I feel like they get frustrated with you keep almost fishing. And it's like, they just want to know what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you want to just say, like, I'm doing Beachbody, Shakeology, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But I've
Okay.
been, you know, like I try not to do that.
Yeah. We will, we'll definitely go through some scripts then and ways that you can kind of steer the conversation. Nicole says she loves connecting. That's great. Like, so do you mean connecting with people that you already have or connecting with new people? Like friend shopping or like just showing love to your people already?
I think both, actually.
Good,
I mean,
good. That's great.
like searching out new people, and then I like connecting with the people I have, because then I feel like it's a little easier to then start talking to them about inviting, et cetera, et cetera. So
Yep. Awesome. Katie says mine changes from day to day. Some days I love connecting and other days it feels like a chore. Well, that's totally fair too, right? Like you, as your mood changes, your vibe will change, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay. Mallory, are your girls able to get in? Do you know what's going on? Are we okay to kind of kick this off?
She said that she's still not able to get in.
I can tell you what I had to do.
The Zoom link on the event was wrong.
It was
Yeah,
wrong.
I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's Melanie that makes those events because this isn't the first one that's been wrong. I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, it's not exactly wrong. The link was wrong, but I had to type in the number. So if you go and join and type in the number, they should be able to get in, because that's how I did it. Because I tried it from my phone and it worked perfectly, but I wanted to do it on the computer. So when I typed in the meeting number, I joined.
What's the meeting number?
It's the numbers at the end of the link.
Oh, okay.
So if they just type those in instead of just hitting the link, yeah. So yeah, it did say another meeting in process when I tried to go through the link, but when I did it on my phone, it worked perfectly fine. So I just entered in the number. So I thought I'd share that just in case, because I was like, what's going on?
It should be the one that I just posted in like the news feed of the Olympic group. Okay. Alrighty, so we're gonna start because I don't want to waste any more of your time. I want to be super respectful. It's already 8:09. Okay. Everybody have their trackers with them. We are gonna work on block number 2. By now, you should be on autopilot on the first one and pretty much autopilot on step 3. Feeding, pouring love into your challenge groups. This is something that like non-negotiably has to happen every day, but some of us will need to dedicate more time than others depending on how big our groups are. So I'm going to leave step number 3 out for you guys to do on your time, but I really want to kind of dissect this number 2 section here, and I want to like take these points and break them down into itty bitty little chunks so that you guys can see how many different ways you can do these things, like adding connections and initiating conversations, that type of thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in Instagram because that's where the majority of my people are coming from these days. That being said, it totally changes. So I'm going to work from my phone. So pardon me if I'm looking down. We're going to open Instagram. And I also do everything from a timer. Okay. So this is the part. It says initiating connections and adding followers. For me, that's a loaded question. I wish that was 2 separate sections because they are completely different according to the way I do it. So what we're going to do first is we're going to initiate connections. This is talking to the people that we already have, serving the people that we already have. Even if you have a social media following of like 100 people, that is still 100 people whose lives you can change. So you have to serve those people first. We're going to go through a few different ways that you can do that, and we're going to set little timers as we go. So what we're going to do first is we're going to open our Instagram stories, and I'm going to set a 3-minute timer. As people pop on, I'm going to have to kind of reiterate this, but that's okay. So we're going to open our Instagram stories, and what I'm learning so much in this Olympic group, you guys too. Instead of starting with the people who are right beside you, swipe all the way to the end of the line, and those are the people that you interact with the least. Are you guys seeing that? Okay, what I want you to do is just be a nice human. I want you to just leave love, leave comments on what people are posting. So we've got 3 minutes. Just go be a nice friend and chat with people. If you think it, you say it. Send a message. I'll kind of talk mine out as I go. So this girl, Tara, is at the ski resort, and I'm saying that is so beautiful, and it looks so peaceful there. Can't write. And I'm going to ask a question, because if you can get a question in there that's going to incite some back and forth, that's always better. So I'm going to say, what was your weather like? Okay, and then I've got my chat box open. If you guys have questions, drop them in. Okay, good. Don't overthink it. And if you see someone who is already a customer or coach, swipe on by. Make sure you guys unmute if you have any questions or you want to throw out any suggestions. Okay, there's our timer. So finish writing the one that you're writing. Okay, so if you guys are just joining us, thanks for popping on. We just are initiating connections. So we are just being nice humans and we are going in and starting conversations. We just did through Instagram stories. Now we're going to set another 3-minute timer and we are going to do the very same thing through our Instagram feed. So what I want you to be super mindful of here is while yes, you're scrolling through your feed, I want you to really like have laser focused eyes. Like if this is not my target audience, I'm not giving it any more of a thought than that. People who have collections already saved, this is like the time where you would go plow through your collections. And if anybody has any questions about that, we can go through it. By now, a lot of people know about them. So you're just being a nice human. You think it, you say it. If someone has a great picture, you're saying you have such a great picture. Where was that taken? Or, you know, just be a nice person. Katie. Katie says, I have a list to like 10 posts and comment on 10 posts. That's super cool too. I am very timer motivated, but some people like having like a set number too. There's no wrong answer. Whatever's going to get you to get it done is what needs to happen. It's the perfectionist in me, girl. I hear you. Okay. Yeah, then that's your thing. Go for it. I tend to get overwhelmed with the number of things to do. So if I'm sitting down and I know I only have to do this for 3 minutes and then I can check it off, that for me is better, but whatever way works for you. Okay, so we're just going down through our Instagram list and we're looking at things to comment on. If you can finish with a question, even better, but we're just genuinely being nice humans. It is not invites, it's just being nice. See, this person had a picture of her kids out and she said, first meal out in months. It feels so good. So I'm commenting, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go out. I didn't realize how much I loved that. Where did you guys end up going? Right? Nothing schemy about that. Totally genuine, super true and authentic. Don't overthink these. And don't get, like I said before, don't get caught up on people who are already on your team or people who like, there's another time and place for you to, you know, read all of your coach's stuff. This is not the time. Okay, there's our timer on that one. 3 minutes, done. And you can go back and redo this for as long as you want, but this is how I power through. It says that you want to do initiate connections and add followers for 20 minutes. So I break them up 10 minutes and 10 minutes, and that's where I get my like 3-minute breakdowns. That's literally how I do it. I just go off of the timing they suggest. Let's pop over to Facebook. I'm not on Facebook very much, but a lot of you are. So we're going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to set a 3-minute timer, and you're just going to go down your Facebook and you're going to comment on things that you have, you know, you like, or you think you could generate conversation about. But Facebook is always inundated with stuff from our groups and things like that. So make sure that you are super laser focused. You got your blinders on. You're literally only looking for people who are potential prospects. So more of you guys are joining. I'm sorry if you had trouble finding the link. There seems to have been some mix up with it. Anyhow, what we're doing is we're just setting literally short 3-minute timers, and we are blowing through some of the initiating connections. So we are right now just scrolling through Facebook, and we are commenting on people's posts that they've made. This girl this is a super cute picture. It's a girl being homeschooled. She's got her puppy on her lap. I'm going to say something like, see, these are some of the perks of homeschooling. Does she like math? Question mark. And I'm always going to try and end with a question if I can, if it's appropriate. Drop your questions as you go. I'm going to try to keep popping up to see. Alrighty, that's the timer. So just finish up the one you're writing. That's normally the easiest part to plow through, you guys. You seemed like you had no questions. Everyone's pretty comfortable with that. So we're just going to blow right past this. Now we're going to add followers. And this is where everybody kind of goes, right? Like nobody wants to really do this. And if you love doing this, then like you need to unmute and teach us your ways, because this is normally the part that trips people up a little bit. And I want to break this down and make this so super easy. We're going to start in Instagram and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to do, what time is it? Yeah, we're going to do 5 minutes here because I feel like this takes a little bit. Sonia says I struggle the most with Instagram. Okay, let's dive in, girl. So, I have recently been doing it this way and I'm finding a ton of success with it. So at the very bottom of your Instagram page, you've got the little, you can't see, but the little magnifying glass, the explore button beside the home. I'm going to set a 5-minute timer. And, okay, so when you open up that Explorer, you're going to, I don't know how they do it, but they have all of a sudden all these posts that like I'm instantly attracted to. So I'm going to pick one post, doesn't matter what it is, and I'm going to pull it up on my screen, and I'm going to look at all the people who liked that post. Because if I was drawn to that post, my people will be drawn to that post. So I actually found this really cool picture of these two moms, and they have a picture of their IVF. It's like the coolest picture. I'm an IVF mom, so I totally love this stuff. So I'm going to look through the people, and this is my train of thought. I'm looking at their picture first. Is it a clear picture of their face and it's not like a dog or a creepy old man? Okay. Then I'm going to look and I'm going to open up their profile. Like this girl, Crystal, I'm going to open it up. It's all in a different language, not my person. Go back. This girl, great picture of her. I'm going to open it up. Different language. So let me find another one. Okay. This girl, Autumn. Okay. This girl has a great one. So she doesn't have a ton of followers. She only has a few hundred followers. She's got a really great bio. It says she has 2 kids. She has kind of a witty little quote there. It's a picture of her and her husband. I'm going to like 3 of her pictures, ones that I'm interested in or ones that I relate to. And then I'm going to follow her. I'm not overthinking. So I go picture, then I open up their profile. I quickly read their bio. And I like a few pictures and then I follow. The first question I always get when I do this is, do you follow private accounts? Sometimes yes, sometimes I do. If it's a really great picture and I can tell it's like my kind of person, meaning my age group, looks, you know, fairly like someone that I would hang out with, then yeah, I will follow them. But if like, I mean, everyone has their own style, right? If I open up this girl and she's got this picture with her like boobs all hanging out and it says she's a gym addict and you can pretty much see her whole boobs, like that's not my person. Okay. And sometimes you'll go down a list like this and you'll find a ton. And sometimes you won't get a lot. You'll get a lot of guys or, you know, bots or whatever. So then you just go back to the explore page and find a different one. Let's picture this little baby is so cute. Do you worry about unfollowing if they don't follow back? Yes, Kim. Normally once a week at least, but I've been doing it more lately. I will go and unfollow. You guys continue doing this. If you don't know how to find this, I will show you. So when you're on your Instagram and you see the people that you're following, open up that list. You can actually filter it by the people you have least interacted with. I'm gonna see, Kim, can you see that? So I went to, hang on here. So I went to my profile and at the top there, I clicked on following. It's going to show me all the people that I follow, but at the top here, there's a spot where it says least interacted with. And then that will tell you the people you've interacted with the least in the past 90 days, and I'll just go unfollow them. Normally I do that once a week though, but it's pretty nice. Instagram kind of does it for you. So again, we are looking at picture first. Can you actually see their face? Does it seem like someone that would be close to your avatar? If yes, you're going to open up the profile, take a quick peek. Even better if their public because then you can love on a couple of their posts and give them a follow. I'm always looking also for the people who have when you're looking at this list here, I'm all frozen, aren't I? What's going on here? Okay. So when you look at all these pictures here, the ones that have the multicolor ring around them, those are the people who have an active story. So that means they've been on and created stories in the past 24 hours. Those are the people who are using the platform the way we want them to use the platform. So I normally give a little bit more of my attention to those people. That was the timer already. How did you guys do on that? Can you drop me a comment and let me know if you are finding people that way or if you're struggling? Let me know how it's going for you, or speak up, unmute.
I think it's just time consuming, when you first start it. It's like setting a 5-minute timer. It's like I'm on 2 people.
Yeah. And so what'll happen, Kim, is you'll start to have the eye for the right accounts. And so you'll kind of learn what to spot, say in a profile picture, or which types of posts to go for. But yeah, when you first start, it can be a little bit time consuming, but the most important thing is that you're consistent with it and that you do it every single day.
The one thing I have learned is that, ads that show up, you can save those and kind of wait for it to cycle maybe a little bit and see who comments on those. And I find
Really? Tell me more.
So if it's if it's ads that you see as you're scrolling through, I mean, because you know how the algorithm works. Every time you go like something out on Google, it shows up in social media. So I've used that a few times. I actually have one of my saved things is just ads. And so I go back through and just kind of see, and then I'll delete them out of the saved after I've kind of exhausted the comments or whatever. But it's just another way,
So ads for stuff that you would be interested in,
Exactly. Cool. Things that I would buy, stuff for dogs, travel things, just all sorts of cooking things. I mean, it's really whatever you kind of Google search. I always get the Billy Razor. I don't know if anyone else gets the Billy Razor.
I get that stuff on Facebook, but I've never seen that stuff on Instagram.
Yes. So here, actually, I just found one, and I didn't realize you could do this. You just taught me something that's so cool. So when you see an ad, you can save that ad to a collection. Is that what you do, Kim?
That's what I do. Yes, exactly.
So that collection there, that little bookmark thing, other Kim, you can actually spend a lot of time organizing this, but it's a really cool tool to sort of bookmark this ad or this person. And it goes into something called a collection. That's cool. Awesome. I love that. Especially if it's shoes or something, right? Like these shoes I just passed by are deadly, and I'm I actually would buy those shoes. So my people might buy those shoes. Anyways, okay, let's move on. We're gonna pop over to Facebook for a second. I'm gonna do a 2-minute timer because we can go down a wormhole here. Suggested friends list on Facebook. You are gonna go to the your friends, and it says people you may know. You are employing the exact same technique. You're looking at a picture first, open up the profile. The only thing you're going to add on here is I want you to look at their friends in common. If they have a bunch of Beachbody coaches in common, you don't want to send this person a friend request. But if they don't, and they've got friends, mutual friends from wherever, then take a scroll down, take a look and see kind of what she's all about. This girl, Lisa, is super, super cute. It looks like maybe our kids go to the same dance studio. I'm going to send her a friend request. So I do at least 5 of these every day. So again, my thought process goes, look at the picture. Yep, it looks like a normal person. Open up the profile, look at the friends in common. This girl has a bunch of my high school friends in common. I'm gonna scroll down, make sure she's a sane person. She doesn't have crazy stuff posted all over her Facebook. She's super nice. Looks like someone I would sit and have a glass of wine with. So we're gonna do this just for 2 minutes. Don't overthink it. To go back to the question that you guys had about Instagram, do I ever unfollow people? I do the same thing with Facebook. So once a week on Facebook, I have a reminder set for Sundays. It doesn't matter when you do it, but I have a reminder set once a week to go in and delete the friend requests that weren't accepted, because you can only friend request so many people before Facebook will like stop letting you do it. So you have to get rid of the people who never accepted. And you can do that kind of in the same friends list too. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 more minutes and then I'm gonna call it quits on this part here. You're gonna search groups now. You're either gonna search groups or you're gonna search friends of friends, depending on what you've had more success with. I find lately I've been finding a lot of people in groups that I'm genuinely using for my own life. Like I have twins that are 4, so I'm in a lot of twin groups, and there's certain aspects of my girl's life that we're navigating through. So I go in those groups and I just comment on the posts, right? I just genuinely comment on the posts of things that I'm interested in. And then I will do the same sort of triaging, kind of looking at the picture, then looking at the profile routine while I'm in this group as well. So I'm gonna do another 2-minute timer. You can choose to go dig around in a group or you can look through like a friend of a friend. But we're just gonna dig a little bit further in Facebook here.
What do you mean by group? I'm sorry.
So like I'm in, some people will be in like their old high schools group or that type of thing. I'm in some groups for sleep training. I'm in some groups for moms of multiples, those types of things. Not groups like a challenge group, but like a group for a common interest. Some people are in like, you know, dog mom groups or whatever. I don't suggest doing buy and sell groups because I find those are really like sticky. It's not really, that's a different purpose, but does that help, Kathleen? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I actually always reject those requests. So
find ones that you're actually like, that you could actually use. Like, or if you're into home decor and you're trying to renovate something, maybe you find like a group about that or whatever. Like I was in these groups from a long time ago and I just stayed in them because I find a lot of people who are in similar life situations to me.
And that's in Facebook, right? Not Instagram?
Yeah, yeah. And you guys, you can overthink this like crazy. Just don't. Just, you know, if they look like a normal person, like this girl is like, she looks like me. She's like got 3 kids and she's, you know, trying to keep it all together, and like that's my person. So don't overthink it. Okay. So we just spent a ton of time on initiating connections and adding followers. That's literally what I do every day. And I split it up into 2 sections, 10 minutes on initiating connections, 10 minutes on adding followers. And I never do one without the other, because you can't go talking to the people that you already have every day and never adding new people, because you constantly have to be adding new people into that funnel. So if I do 10 minutes of one, I do 10 minutes of the other. If I do 30 minutes of one, I do 30 minutes of the other. Okay. Okay, so next part, was anybody on Zoe's Power Hour yesterday? It was like freaking awesome, right? Like I learned so much from that. So she was gonna share her slides. I know she got, her recording got lost, so she was devastated that she couldn't share her recording, but she's gonna do another one for sure, or another couple hopefully, but it was really amazing. Zoe went through this next part, which is basically like responding to engagement. So responding to views, responding to likes. And I feel like people get tripped up a little bit when it comes time to go and message the people who are viewing their stories or message the people who are liking their content. And what Zoe really, well, what she taught me, and I'm hoping to show you guys, is how to use in Instagram, it is called quick replies. Do you guys have quick replies? I know that Nicole was talking about predictive text one time, and I think this is pretty similar to what you have, Nick, but quick replies will change your life. Katie says yes. I know. Like, my mind was blown yesterday, and I need you all to know this. Okay, so let me show you quickly, and then we're going to go through and like send a ton of these out. But taking a couple minutes to learn how to do this is going to save you so much time down the line. Okay, so in Instagram, I want you to pull up your messages section. And I want you to go as if you're sending a message to somebody. It doesn't matter who. When you, at the bottom here, see the black plus? Click on that plus. It's going to open up a couple of other options. And now you should have sort of a chat bubble with 3 dots inside of it. Can you give me a thumbs up if you see that? Nobody sees that. Okay.
So you go to your messages, like your direct, like
so
your...
pretend you're going to message somebody, anybody, doesn't matter. We're just going to create our quick replies, and then I'm going to go through and show you how to send them. But we have to create them first. So I am going to start a chat with Noella, and I'm going to, at the bottom of my chat with Noella, I'm going to click on the black plus sign. Okay. It's going to open up a few other options, and I want you to click on the chat bubble with 3 dots in it. Are you guys with me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You
okay.
Update Instagram. I don't see that.
I don't either.
You probably do. Who doesn't either?
So like, I don't know. Can you see that?
Yes. You need to update your Instagram. Yeah. Crap.
Oh.
Okay. So I won't spend too much time with this since not everybody can do it, but I want to show you, see all those quick replies that I have saved?
Mm-hmm.
So I have those saved. So every time I see someone on my list of viewers, I go quick reply, boom, and I put their name in, and oh, it could be a business account thing. Yeah, you're right. Sonia, do you have yours set to a business account?
Mine's not.
That's it.
No.
That's it.
Oh, so it's only for a business account? Is that what
It
you're
must
saying?
be only. It must be only a business account thing.
Yeah, because it's been around a long time, so it's business.
Okay.
But you can toggle between personal and business. So if you wanted to do a quick reply, maybe just switch to a business real quick and then do your quick replies. Do you know if that's an option?
Going back and forth? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what, you guys, it's also just as easy to have the scripts saved into the notes section of your phone. But this makes it really easy when you're doing it every day consistently. So let me, because I sent so many of these.
Oh, sure. One thing. You can't really see it on my phone. There's an app called Ditto that kind of is like the quick reply. You can add it to your keyboard, and you can put in your quick replies into Ditto, and then when you search, when you start to type and you can select the keyboard and it will have it there.
Awesome.
Ditto. Another coach in another group told me about it a long time ago. So if you are on a personal page, that's a way you could do that instead of switching.
Okay. I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna actually type out the ones that have been working so super well for me, and they're ones that I got from Zoe yesterday. So if let's do people who are viewing, this has worked really well for me over the past couple of days. People who are viewing our stories, and I'm gonna type this, you guys can copy it if you want. Hey, and always use their name. Hey, Nicole, I see you watching me and my crew crushing our workouts. You should totally join us this month. This is key. Would it be okay if I sent you some details? So the last line of this works really, really well as opposed to something more close-ended, like, does this sound interesting? Or like asking if it's okay if you send details, like most people are gonna say yes. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do, let's do 5 minutes replying to everybody who has viewed your stories. So go, like, because this quote that I shared is more of a workout based one, I'm gonna go to my workout stories from today. I'm gonna look at my viewers list. I'm gonna send that to everybody that I have not talked to in the past week that's on that list. So I'm gonna set 5 minutes and we will start now. Katie says, Steph, what do you tell them after they say okay to hearing details? I'm trying to figure out where I'm losing people. Most important thing is don't panic. That's the most common thing people do. Oh my God, and then they word vomit all over, right? Katie, have you seen Just Carrie's?
Okay, yes, and I saved all of her things in my quick replies.
Crazy, right? It was so
it's
good.
been working really well. But before I do that, I kind of tell them a little bit about my group and what we do. And then I'm like, does that sound like something that you'd be interested in right now or that you need right now?
Yeah.
So is that kind of what you?
That's exactly what I do. And let me see, I've got it in my notes too. It kind of depends on the conversation, right? Where did it go?
Yeah, and sometimes I think I'm losing them because it's so many questions. And
Yeah.
so people dropped off. So now I need to go re-engage them.
Okay, so let me see. Where is I copy and paste this so I don't know it off by heart. Okay, so I say, so here's a bit of info about my virtual fit club concept. It's a way to help my friends work on their health and fitness, and it's workouts to nutrition to accountability from start to finish. And then I talk about, I just have like a couple bullet points. It's clean eating focus, 30 minutes at home workouts, no diets. Does this sound like something that would benefit you, right? Super, super, super short. And when they say yes, then you say, all right, let me ask you some questions so that I can find the right program. Yeah, I'll send that, Sonia. I'll type it out.
That'd be great.
I have it all saved on my phone. So like I don't type this out ever. I just copy and paste this. I got this from somebody else too. I did not come up with this. I can't write. So when you word it like that, like who's going to say no to that, right? If they've already asked for details, if someone says yes, they want details, and then they read this, like I don't think I've ever had anybody say no, that doesn't sound interesting to me. But it's a good way to just give them a super short concept, especially for those people who, I don't remember who said it earlier, but the people who are like, I need to know now. Oh, Kim said it. What are you doing? I need to know now. Like I need to know at the beginning of our conversation, what are you doing right now, right? This kind of ties them over a little bit till you can get the interview process done.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. Thank you.
No problem. So we have a minute left. Just messaging that to all your viewers. I'm going to tack on a couple minutes, guys, if you don't mind. I got to get this done too. And so much faster when you have quick replies, like it's insane. But what's important here is you're going to see a whole lot of the same names if you are not adding new people every day, right? So it all goes back to the beginning. Like all I'm seeing at the top of this list are my challengers and my coaches, but I'm always going to see new names down the bottom if I'm doing the work every day. Quick note for those of us who are using quick replies, you can't send the message from here. You have to actually open their profile and send them a message there. So like this girl, Lindsay, I'm going to open her profile and touch message, and then I will be able to do it. I like acknowledging why I'm messaging them too. Like I like saying, I see you watching my stories, or I saw that you liked my post, right? Because then it's not coming out of the blue. Like I'm acknowledging that they reached out to me in some way, shape, or form. So I'm not kind of like coming out of left field. That works really well. Side note, just to kind of add on to this, someone said, well, what do you do once they say yes? The very first thing I do once they say yes, send me more info, is they get written down on my list. And if you do not have that drilled into your brain as like an automatic response, I promise you're losing track of people. Like I promise. So as soon as someone says, yes, send me the details, boom, they get flagged. And I write them down on my list. And where you write them down doesn't matter, but the fact that you write them down has to happen. Because as soon as they say yes to more information, they go on my tracking list and they get the follow-ups whenever I do them. And with quick replies, I always just take a super quick peek up at my past comments with them, like just to make sure they didn't like just tell me they were pregnant or something. Because that, you know, then obviously they're not joining my boot camp next month. But it just takes 2 seconds to look quickly up. You'll remember your last combo. Okay, so that's the timer on that one. Let's move over to likes. So if you're in this group or on this call, you have very likely made a post in the past 24 hours. You are going to do the exact same thing, going through the likes for that post. You can do it on Instagram, then you can move over to Facebook. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to set us a 5-minute timer here. What time is it? Oh, we're close on time. Okay. I'm going to set a 5-minute timer here, but this, you guys, is literally where my invites come from. I don't do invites at a totally separate spot and say, I got to do 5 invites. I do them when I'm responding to people in this category, and I use a quick reply as well for this. So let me set a 5-minute timer, and you're going to message every single person that liked your post. If it's fitness based, or if it's something that was call to action based, then go ahead and invite them right then and there. If it's not, if it's more like a engagement post, then write about what your post was about. But I always like to acknowledge again the fact that I'm messaging them because I saw them like my post. I'm not coming out of left field. But you guys do that, and I'm going to type out the quick reply that Zoe came up with for inviting as well. You guys can just copy and paste this, whatever, wherever you want. It goes like this. Hey, Nicole, I don't know if you saw, but I'm prepping my next virtual fit club and I wanted to extend the invite. Would it be okay if I sent you the details? Okay. I'm not going to send that based on someone liking a post about like my kids or like something totally not fit club related. Do you know what I mean? But if I post anything about a workout, if I post anything about this kind of thing, if I post anything about nutrition or anything about my challenge groups, this is the message that they get. I don't know if you saw, but I'm prepping my next fit club and I wanted to extend the invite. Would it be okay? And I do these based off of all of my the likes. And if you guys get to the point when we're doing this that you've gone through your list, like you're done, you always would go back and just add more followers. I feel like if you're not messaging like every single person that likes your stuff, you're missing so much potential. Do you know what I mean? Like those are the people who are literally like they're loving on your stuff. And that's where I spend a lot of my time. Okay. Can you edit a quick reply? Yes. With the way that I showed you, yeah, for sure. I actually have them written out with like a big blank line, so I remember to go in and put the person's name in. So you can totally edit it. I'm sure the other ways you can too.
No, I mean, so I entered what you said and I realized I had a typo in there.
Okay.
So I didn't know.
So
I
like,
was trying to figure
okay, I see what you're saying. I haven't done that yet. Let me try.
So should I just create a new one?
Yeah.
Like instead of if, it said ID.
I was gonna say you can do it two different ways. So, because I've been messing with this a lot lately. So you can, oh crap, now I can't find it. But if you go, it's complicated. You go to your account, go to the top 3 lines on the top right, go to settings. It's a long thing. Settings, and then creator. and then quick replies. So never mind, it's only one way.
Wow.
And it's
Settings and then where?
settings, and then you go to creator. It's like a person with a star next to it.
I don't have that.
I don't have that either.
Hold on.
This is. Can you see
I'm like
it?
my old computer. Can you see? It's like the third one down, I think. Third or fourth.
Oh
don't
yeah, I
have
don't
that.
have that.
Well, but I had that, and then you go to quick replies. So maybe it's somewhere else in there. But and then you would
Oh, I found it.
Where is it?
It's under business
Oh,
and then quick replies.
right.
Awesome.
Nice. I love that.
You can delete
So
it.
much easier. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And you could create it from here. Did you
Yeah.
see that, Steph?
That's way better. Cool. So let me tell you the ones that I have then, now that we can see them all so easily. Okay. So I have one that is, well, the two that I showed you. So inviting from a story and inviting from a post. I have follow up from a story and follow up from a post. Those are also ones that I got from Zoe. And then I have my first part of my interview is saved as one as well. And it says a little bit like, tell me what you're thinking. Is there a specific workout program you have in mind? I can definitely help you, by answering some questions. Like it's kind of like the beginning of the interview process. I have that one saved too. But you could like basically, like Katie, what you said, like take all of those questions that Jess had and sort of like put them in order. Like not every conversation is going to follow a perfect script, but if you are trying to make sure you hit all the points before you make the final, like the actual invite or give the price or give the offer, that would be really helpful for sure. Cool. All right, ladies, we are coming up on the hour, so I want to be respectful of your time. I don't want to keep you any longer. I had follow-ups written down here. I always set a 10-minute timer for follow-ups, and I like to do a lot of my follow-ups with voice message because by then I've gone back and forth with them several times, and I like kind of changing up the dynamic by sending them a voice message, and it also helps them to see that I'm not like copying and pasting, which I am at the beginning of the conversation, but I find that helps a lot too. So any other questions? Anything you guys liked? Okay, good. Let's take a quick picture so we can prove that we did it. Thank you guys for joining me on a Friday night. You guys are superstars. I'll share this recording in the group as well. Thanks so much, Kim and Katie and everyone for kind of chiming in. It's definitely better when we're all learning together, so I appreciate you.
Yeah,
guys.
thank you, Stephanie. Been helpful.
No problem. I'm glad
Thank
it was.
you.
It's very easy to be overwhelmed, Kim, when you're first trying to learn a new platform,
I know.
especially when if you can break it down into tiny little itty bitty sections, it's like so much less daunting, I promise you. So that's what works well for me. Definitely let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Have a great night, you guys. You guys are awesome. Bye.
Bye.